All right, so in Project Lead the Way 1.2.5, it wants us to do a couple of models in here, and specifically wants us to do some of these using the Revolve tool. So I'm actually going to do that in here. I'm going to use the Revolve tool to do this portion, and then we are going to do this portion and probably do some kind of a chamfer on this, or it looks like actually a fillet. So in looking at this, it is in metrics, and it gives all our dimensions here. So it looks like this is a 40, which means this is 20 from the center line. So I'm going to go into Onshape. I'm going to make a new on document, which I did already. And just because this is in metric, I'm going to go up here to workspace units, and I'm going to change it. I believe millimeters were the dimensions given. So everything's in millimeters. So I changed it to millimeters. So now when you type in your units, they will be in millimeters. And I mean, since I am in millimeters, I'm going to change to grams for my units. Okay, so to start this one, I'm going to start a sketch, and we're actually going to use Revolve. So I'm going to look at this sketch right here, and I'm going to start with a line. It's going to be my Revolve line. That is 30 millimeters tall. And since the diameter is 40, I am going to make this line going over this way 20 millimeters. And then it appears that if I go this way, I have a line that is going to be, not sure how long it's going to be. So what I'm going to do, looking at the picture, I'm just going to extend this out and we will trim. And then I'm going to draw a line going down. And a line going this way. And I'm going to add the dimensions in now. So the first dimension I'm going to add in is, it says from here to here is going to be 5. And then I'm going to add in the angle. So from here to here, dimension, not constraints. So from here to here, it wants this to be 30 degrees. And I can trim the excess. So I'm going to trim this line, which is escape dimension. I'm going to go to trim, and I'm going to trim the excess, which is that line. That line's trimmed. Okay, so this is the base portion of the shape, and I'm going to hit finish sketch on it, and we are going to use the Revolve tool, which is a new tool that we haven't used. So I'm going to click the object, which was the face we want to do the revolve, and I'm going to click the axis, which is going to be this line right here, and revolve axis, please, this axis, and I want to do a whole surface. I'll do a solid. There we go. So I'm not sure why that was giving us a lot of trouble, so I'm going to start it again. I'm going to go to Revolve. I'm going to do my Revolve axis first. So I want this as my Revolve axis. And then, nope, sorry, Revolve axis. And then the faces or regions I want to revolve are this. So I pick my axis first and then the face. So you see we get a nice revolve around here. Very good. So that is how to use the Revolve tool. I like to pick my axis first and then my face. So the next step is the top portion, which is going to go in 2 steps. So I'm going to see if I can do this way. I'm going to do a sketch on top. There is definitely a midpoint of this object, and since I started it on the center, it's going to be easier. So I'm going to do a rectangle with a center point. And it says that this rectangle should be a 10 by 10 rectangle. So 10 by 10, and it is centered already. So I'm going to click check there, and I'm going to extrude this rectangle up, and it wants it extruded up 15, which looks a little silly if you ask me. And then the next thing, it wants us to add a fillet on all 4 of the faces. 3 and 4. And it wants that fillet to be a radius of 5. So that is good. I am skeptical of this being 15. That's why, because I put in 25 and not 15. There we go. This looks much more correct. So there we go. So this is how we draw this shape, which you're going to save, and later down the road we are going to go in and dimension it. So this was our first revolve shape that we had to do. So we're going to save this. I'm going to say 0.2, 0.5, revolve 1. Okay, and we're going to have some other drawings from this one, so we will move along.